First of all, you said that there are lies in here. Can you find one factual inaccuracy?
So
there's not one.
For you to
in
tell
fact,
the
you're quoting us.
You're
quoting us. But let me make this point. Let me make this point, which is that China gave $5.5 million.
It's Mr. Timmons' time. It's Mr. Timmons' time.
For you to tell the American people that $7.8 million went to President Trump is an outright lie. It's a fabrication. Hold on, and I'll tell you exactly why.
If you thought this hearing was going to be another routine political debate, think again. Representative Derek Van Orden Timmons and Jamie Raskin went head-to-head over one of the biggest arguments in the hearing, whether a report about foreign payments connected to Donald Trump was being fairly compared with the allegations surrounding Hunter Biden. And then the word lie entered the room. Before we break down exactly what happened, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because we're going to separate the political spin from what was actually said. Something just happened in this hearing that completely changed the tone of the exchange, and you don't want to miss it.
It is for you to use HOA payments on a $20 million condo in New York. Like, it is outrageous. No. You can. I'm going to go through. We're going to go through all of them because you list them. And I see Saudi Arabia, $615, $422,000, Trump World Tower. And you go and you look, there's nothing there that is under $10, $12 million. So you're taking a $12 million property that was owned since 2001, and you're saying that this is somehow similar to Hunter Biden running all over the world and selling the big guy's influence? These are completely different things, and the fact that you even created this report and you're using it to shield us pursuing justice to make sure that this president is not compromised because his son has sold secrets to China, to Ukraine, is so disingenuous, it's so duplicitous. It's not even misrepresentation, it's a lie. I'm happy to hear this from you because, again, you told me to go read it. I read it. That's what it says. I can read you in footnote 23 where it says, this report uses common charges or rent payments. All of these properties were owned prior to 2018. They didn't go out and purchase them because of the president. They were there for decades before this happened. That's the point. That's the difference.
Okay.
I'll let the
would the
facts
gentleman
give
yield?
away of a good story.
Absolutely.
Would the gentleman yield? Thank you, my dear friend, for engaging.
Decades prior to when he became president. And
you're saying all of them?
Hold on. And you're using HOA fees for multi-million-dollar properties that have been around since 2001. And again, even the fees that they pay for hotel rooms, that is a fee for a product, for a service. There's no service with Hunter Biden other than influence of the vice president or the president of the United States, and that is why we are here, because he will not answer questions in the exact manner
Representative
that
Timmons
you have
and
required.
Jamie Raskin clash in a heated congressional exchange over reported foreign payments connected to Donald Trump and the allegations surrounding Hunter Biden's international business dealings. Timmons argues that the Trump figure is being misleadingly characterized because it includes payments associated with properties and businesses that existed before Trump's presidency. Raskin pushes back and calls the $7.8 million characterization an outright lie. This breakdown examines both sides of the argument, the difference between revenue and personal profit, and the larger question of whether Congress is...
Dear friend, for engaging in substance and not ad hominem attack. I very much appreciate that. Having said that, some of the payments, first of all, you said that there are lies in here. Can you find one factual inaccuracy?
So
there's not one.
For you to
in
tell
fact,
the
you're quoting us.
You're quoting
us. But let me make this point. Which is that China gave $5.5 million.
It's Mr. Timmons' time. It's Mr. Timmons' time.
For you to tell the American people that $7.8 million went to President Trump is an outright lie. It's a fabrication. Hold on, and I'll tell you exactly why. Because you're using businesses that existed decades prior to when he became president. And
you're saying all of them?
Hold on, and you're using HOA fees for multi-million-dollar properties that have been around since 2001. And again, even the fees that they pay for hotel rooms, that is a fee for a product, for a service. There's no service with Hunter Biden other than influence of the vice president or the president of the United States, and that is why we are here, because he will not answer questions in the exact manner that you have required for last Congress and the Congress before that. I mean, it is difficult to chase all of your logical fallacies surrounding this, but at the end of the day, he's going to do exactly what Don Jr. did. He's going to do exactly what you required of every other member, except every other person that you've subpoenaed, except for members of Congress who actually do have immunity, which you're pretending like you don't know what that means. We need to get to the bottom of this. The American people demand it. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Excellent. Does any other member wish to speak? You wish to speak on the amendment?
Yes.
Timmons came out swinging arguing that the discussion surrounding Trump's reported $7.8 million in foreign payments was being presented in a misleading way. His central argument was that the figure included payments connected to properties and businesses that existed long before Donald Trump became president. He focused heavily on Trump World Tower in New York. Timmons pointed to foreign entities that owned expensive condominiums in the building and made payments such as HOA fees. His argument was straightforward. If a foreign government-linked entity owns a multimillion-dollar condominium and pays an HOA fee, should that payment automatically be characterized as money paid to Donald Trump personally? That is an important distinction. A revenue figure connected to a business is not automatically the same thing as personal profit received by an individual. And Timmons argued that the hearing needed to be precise about that difference rather than simply throwing a massive dollar figure at the American people. But then Timmons took the argument much further. He compared those payments with the allegations surrounding Hunter Biden and argued that the situations were fundamentally different. His position was that Hunter Biden's foreign business dealings raised questions about whether his family name and political connections were being monetized. Timmons also accused Democrats of using the Trump financial report as a shield against further investigation. He argued that Congress should not dismiss questions about Hunter Biden simply because Republicans were also facing scrutiny over Trump's financial relationships. And that's where the exchange became especially heated. Timmons called the characterization of the Trump payments disingenuous and accused the other side of effectively lying about what the report actually showed. Raskin was not about to let that accusation stand. Raskin fired back by challenging Timmons to identify a specific factual error in the report. His argument was essentially this: if the report accurately documented payments or revenue associated with Trump-connected properties and businesses, then calling the report itself a lie was unjustified. But Timmons wasn't backing down. He argued that the problem wasn't necessarily whether the report listed payments. The problem, according to him, was how those payments were being characterized. And this is where viewers need to pay attention, because this entire confrontation comes down to a crucial distinction between revenue, business payments, ownership, and personal income. If a company owns a property, receives payments, or has customers from foreign countries, that does not automatically establish that the individual owner personally received the entire amount as profit. At the same time, documenting foreign payments connected to a politician's businesses can still raise legitimate questions about potential conflicts of interest. Both sides were essentially fighting over how that information should be interpreted. Timmons then argued that hotel payments and HOA fees represent transactions for actual goods, properties, or services. He contrasted that with what he believes were Hunter Biden's international business dealings and questioned what exactly foreign clients were paying for. That distinction is at the heart of the political argument. But here's where I think Americans need to be careful. We shouldn't automatically accept either party's framing. If Republicans are going to accuse Democrats